People of Reddit, what are signs that you are attractive? It's simple, you attract other people. They want to spend time with you. They want to talk to you, they invite you to spend time with them. They compliment you, they're generous towards you, they ask about what you're feeling and thinking. They listen when you speak and respond with feelings and thoughts of their own. Most of all, they tell you. They'll say you're attractive. They'll tell you you're amazing. They don't hide it because they want to be part of it. I feel like this only works if they know they are attractive too, because otherwise they would just get rejected by the attractive person, or they are too shy to talk. Strangers react to you pleasantly. People go out of their way to do things for you. You get opportunities handed to you easier. Girls approach you or want to be near you. People, even other guys, will pay you compliments or say things like "leave some women for the rest of us." Children tell you you're beautiful. Compliments from adults don't mean much. When a child says it, that's when you know it's true. Every time a child tells me I'm pretty or beautiful, I feel like a goddess. Yes, exactly. Children don't really understand the concept of pandering, they really do say it as it is. Women always do at least one of the following subconsciously when they are near someone they find attractive: lick their lips. Not in a super obvious / sexual way. They just give them a quick wet to make sure they look good without even a thought about it. They will touch their hair in some way. Either a quick sweep over the shoulder exposing their neck, or a full-on pull back to ponytail and drop it. They touch their hair, and it's a tell they can't do anything about. They will touch you. Maybe a light touch on the forearm, nothing aggressive. This is a girl asking you out, without having to say the words, and opening the door to the possibility of rejection. If I would say I'm really that attractive, unless I wear makeup, which I rarely do, but I will say after I lost 80 pounds I noticed strangers approached me more often to compliment me or even strike up random conversation, and not even to hit on me, just to be nice or like, while waiting in a queue somewhere. Also, in general, people seem more willing to want to be nice to me and help me out in general. So, if it's a sign that I'm attractive or it's attributed to that fact that I'm thin, but one of the two. Kinda sad. People catcall you. Have a friend who is a small-time actor / model. Great dude, is not cocky at all ever, but it's a joke between him and all of our friends that he's the good-looking guy, gets all the attention from females, women approach him all the time, etc. We all lament every time a lady approaches him, ask him how it feels, because it never happens to the rest of the fellas, rib him for being too good-looking, etc. He took a trip to LA with some other friends, and met a girl down there who was a very wealthy, successful, and incredibly hot real estate agent who chatted him up, used some of her pull and connections to get the guys into a few clubs and parties, hung out with them a few nights, and ultimately hooked up with the dude, but alas, he went home to Canada at the end of the week. They didn't exchange too much info because nothing would ever come of it after he left. We were sitting at a bar with some of the dudes that went on the trip, talking about what they got up to. One guy was talking about this girl and making jokes about how nice it must be to be as hot as this dude. He's smirking, avoiding eye contact, looking at his phone when he starts laughing. We all ask what's up. The girl had just happened to, at that moment, add him on Instagram. She found him using his name and slid into his DMs. He showed us the message she sent him, something along the lines of, "Hey. So this is weird for me as a girl, sliding into a guy's DMs, but sup, smiley face, haha." And that really blew me away, to be honest, haha. I've never once had a girl try to add / DM me out of the blue, and this fucking guy had this all-around top-class woman message him out of nowhere from across the continent a week after they'd met. My boyfriend is attractive. Women hit on him openly. One particular incident sticks in my mind. We were at a bar, and an older woman comes up and asks if my boyfriend would mind taking a photo with her daughter. Then teenage daughter sheepishly comes over, stands next to him whilst they take the photo. It's worth mentioning my boyfriend is not famous or anything. It was so weird for me. All social norms went out of the window. I mean, I was like, right, they're obviously dating him, and she asks for a photo. Like, what do you intend to achieve here? Afterwards I was trying to come up with reasons for it. Maybe he looked like someone they knew, and they wanted to make a joke of it or something? Maybe they thought he was famous? My boyfriend was like, nah, it just happens every now and again. Women find some way to touch you by accident, usually in an intimate area. Butt, hips, chest, neck/face, thighs, etc. Women don't touch men they don't know or like. Women will often give their number without you asking, even if that isn't your intention. Dude, it's not even intimate areas. They'll playfully slap your shoulder or poke your stomach, just much more aggressive than people are. It's like going back to elementary school. Women talk to you, and it's not part of their job to do so, and they are not family. If you're really attractive, they'll just give you their phone number unsolicited. Friend of mine regularly gets waitress phone numbers written on checks. Went out to happy hour once with a good-looking coworker, and 2 to 3 women came up to him to start conversation. I didn't even know this happened. But this is just normal for him. Attractive men live in a bubble. They think that it's normal for women to start conversations and flirt. Women go out of their way to touch you. Rub your arms, chest, head, I'm bald and in good shape. Make excuses to run into you somewhere. Women can be just as creepy as men. Women will give you looks when you walk into a bar/room/whatever. If you look back a second later, you'll catch them looking at you again. Women you met before will go out of their way to be somewhere you are and talk to you. You won't have to chase them down. The more direct ones will openly proposition you. People in general will treat you better. Promotions will be easier to come by, you'll be seen as a natural leader. When you speak in a group, others will quiet down and listen. People will invite you out and generally want you around. Basically, if your life is pretty good overall, you are probably attractive. If it isn't and you have trouble maintaining a social group or getting dates, you probably aren't. I didn't feel comfortable in my own skin until my 30s and was oblivious to all this. But, in high school, tons of girls wrote their phone numbers in my yearbooks at the end of the school years. On internet dating sites, women would contact me first, which I gather was usual. Years ago on Hot or Not, I was ranked as a 7, which I figured was average. But later I saw data that women are super picky about looks, and a 7 is about as good as it gets, because on OkCupid, at least most women rate most men as repulsive. My middle school yearbooks had a bunch of girls' numbers in it. I thought they were just being nice. I didn't know it meant they liked you and wanted to hook up until my wife told me 15 years later. I have always been oblivious about women. There's levels to attractiveness. I'm attractive enough where I get looks from ladies and don't really get rejected when I make the first move. Then there's women approaching you regularly to get your number. Very few men are in that category, and if you were in it you would know. The good thing about being a man is women are not as fussy about looks, and if you can get your foot in the door a lot of the time it's easy to charm her. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on the notification bell to take part in more midnight stories. See you again soon.